Hey, this is Chris. Now, a question I know a lot of people are thinking about at the moment with interest rates rising is, should I be putting more in my high interest savings account rather than a diversified portfolio? Or how should I be thinking about that in an environment of rising interest rates? Those rates that high interest savings accounts are offering are getting better and better. And with the RBA interest rate now well above 2% and probably going to be above 3% pretty soon, we're only going to see those interest rates increase from here. So where people are used to seeing 0, 1% for the last few years, we're going to start to see really attractive interest rates over the next 12 to 24 months. I would expect to see a lot of online savings accounts showing interest rates of 4 or 5 or even 6% pretty soon, which is something we haven't seen in Australia for quite a few years. So how does this change your decision making around investing in shares? Well, if you think about investing, more broadly, when you invest in the share market, you earn, what we call in finance the risk premium from investing in the share market, which is an extra return above what you earn from leaving your money in cash. So over the long run, what we know is that a high interest savings account will typically pay something like whatever the prevailing RBA cash rate is, or potentially a percent more than that for some banks. Whereas the share market will generally return, in Australia, the research shows about 6% more than the prevailing interest rate. So the difference between those two over the long run is something like 5%. So regardless of what interest rates are, whether they're 0%, as they have been in Australia for a while, 2, 3, 4, 5%, you would expect over the long run that by investing in the share market, you're still going to earn a better return than this. And over the long run, the difference between investing in a high interest savings account versus share market has been around 5% per year. However, there's a few caveats to that. First of all, you need the time frame to be on your side. So you can't invest in the share market expecting to earn that 5% just over 1 year, because sometimes the share market does really well. There's absolutely been years where the share market's earned 20% more than the prevailing interest rates. But there's also been years where the share market's done badly and lost 10%. So you need a good time frame to be able to invest in the share market. If you're just investing into Australian shares, 10 years is a time horizon that historically has given you a positive return every single time. However, if you want to be a bit more diversified, and the Stockspot portfolios do that, we suggest to clients somewhere between 3 to 7 years is appropriate to give you a great chance of earning a return that's above the prevailing interest rates. So really, theoretically, it shouldn't change your view too much on whether you should be investing in the share market versus leaving money in a savings account if interest rates are higher, because the share market should be compensating you for that extra risk you're taking, and about 5% a year is the long-term compensation for investing in the share market. However, I would say that with interest rates rising and there being a lot of uncertainty in the economy, I would personally be considering making sure that you've got a decent cash buffer, first of all, in a high interest savings account before you invest in the share market, because we don't know at the moment with the economy whether there may be more job losses, or if interest rates go up pretty quickly, there may be mortgage stress for people. So I think it does make sense to be a bit more conservative, make sure you've got a decent cash buffer before investing in the share market. But high interest rates on their own aren't a reason not to invest in the share market, because the share market should still reward you for investing over the long run.